Hey, how are you? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. I'm here. I have another sunflower project to show you all. I think this is perfect for fall decor. So come and hang out for a little bit and we'll make this one together. If I can get it going. Here we go. All right, keyword is set up. It's the word palette. I will put it in the comments just so that you all know. And I hope you're ready. I really like this one. It's one of the new cutouts that I just got. And it's on my Etsy already. There we go. All right, whenever you comment the keyword, which is palette, you'll get a link to my Etsy store. So this is Dixie Belle gel stain. It's called Up in Smoke. Hey, Stephanie, how are you? It's the grayish color one. I'm going to just use a foam brush with this. And I think I want to kind of darken it up a little bit. So I'm going to do a couple of coats right here on this kind of rustic looking palette sign to get that stain to be darker. Okay, so basically, if you just layer it up as it dries, it'll be darker and darker. Right now it's not super dark because it is like a water-based stain, but you can get it to be darker by just layering it. Okay, now this is available on my website. I didn't include a link to it, but if you want to shop on my website, you can still comment the keyword and that site will come up, and then you can just search for gel stain, or you can comment the word gel stain and I can send you a link to it. But make sure that you're a Perks member if you're going to be shopping on the website, on the Chalk website, because you'll save 30% on all of your purchases. So why wouldn't you want to do that if you're going to be shopping there anyways? Make sure that you're saving the money, okay? Plus, it's free because you end up getting $20 back every month for your as a credit. So you pay $20 for the subscription and then you get a $20 credit back. So no loss there to you. And plus you get 30% off, and you also get all kinds of great incentives, deals, and stuff like that all throughout the month. Most months they do different stuff for Perks members. So these are the inside of these sunflowers. I'm going to just paint them with a pen. Super easy to do it like this. Makes it much easier than, okay, if I can stay on the circle, that'd be good. Easier than using paint just for something small, as you've seen me do many times. And this is just a brown Posca pen, but you can use any marker or paint that you like. I'm just into easy these days. Anything that's going to make my crafting simpler will encourage me to craft more. I don't know if y'all are the same way, but if it's going to be hard on me to do it, I'm not really interested. Okay? I want easy cleanup and something that is going to make my life simpler. So this will do it for me, for sure. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Susan. How are you? Welcome. Keyword is palette tonight. The link to my Etsy is there in the message once you get that message from me, to go grab this cutout if you want it. And I think this one's going to come together really nicely. I do want to do another layer of the gel stain on this once that dries, so I'm going to let that just settle. And then we'll come back to it. So then we have the sunflowers, and then they're kind of layered too. So I'm going to do the entirety of the sunflowers in this kind of, I don't know what this is. It's called ochre. So it's funny that that's what this is. I guess that's what this color is. I didn't ever know that, but I read a lot of books. Well, I listen to a lot of audiobooks. And you know, they always come up with different colors for, or different words for, like the color yellow or the color blue. And I've seen the word ochre used before, and I've never knew what that meant until I saw this pin, and that's the name of it. So learn something every day. I'm sure all of you probably already knew that, but I'm not that smart whenever it comes to colors. Now, I want to kind of color to the center a little bit, but I'm not super concerned with like the very middle of these flowers because they're going to be covered up. But I want to get around the edges as much as possible. So I'm kind of focusing more on the edges to make sure that I get those really well. And tonight you're going to notice I'm not using any paint, any regular acrylic paint tonight. Just because I'm tired. I had a long day and I wanted to make it simple. So hopefully this will be simple enough. I think it will. And fast. I love a good fast craft. Something that I think this will turn into a really nice like potential gift idea. Like for a hostess gift or something like that you could easily whip up right before you leave to go to a party. And would be something I think that somebody would really like to display. I know I would display this in my house for sure. And it doesn't come with a hanger or anything, so you could use it as a shelf sitter, or you could easily add a little hanger on the back, or even add just some jute to hang it from if you wanted to. Super simple to do that. I have a bunch of those little like gold hangers, you know, for picture hangers that I will sometimes add to stuff like this if I don't want to have a visible piece of jute hanging it. Or you could even attach a piece of jute to the back that doesn't show to hang it from, sort of like how they do a piece of wire on the back of a photo, you know, like on artwork. You could totally do that with this and make it a hanging decor too, you know? All right. And then, like I said, I'm leaving the centers open because I don't really particularly care about that part. Not worried about it at all. And then these are the kind of layered pieces. Now I do want to distress this a little bit. I pulled out my distressing ink, and I think I'll probably distress not only the flowers themselves, but the board, and even maybe the centers of my sunflowers so that they're not all just the same, you know? Because nature has variations. Yeah, I had a very long day today, Stephanie. Oh, I bet they did. I tell you what, I'm not used to being around kids that much anymore. And like, I spent, what was it, 6 or 7 days at my friend's house with her kids. And now she's got 6 kids, okay? And they are a lot. And they're what we call living room kids. So like, I was a bedroom kid. I hung out in my bedroom whenever I was a child. My toys were in my bedroom. These kids, they hang out in the living room, they hang out outside, their toys are in the living room and outside, and their parents encourage them to be in the house, you know? Which I love that, and I think that's more of a millennial parenting style. Which I am, of course, but my friend Lindsay is too, and anyways, they're a lot. So I get why you're tired. I mean, I needed like the whole weekend to recover, and more probably actually, from whenever I got back. We came back like on a Thursday, and I ended up taking that Friday off, and then I had the weekend too, and I was still just feeling like I had been beat, okay? And it was just mental, mentally straining to be on all the time from like 7 a.m. to whatever insane time that me and Lindsay stayed up till, because some nights it was earlier than others, but some nights it was like 1 in the morning because we don't see each other, you know, and so we wanted to be able to spend every moment. But yeah, so we did have a lot of fun though, and I ordered a crossword book for my nephew, her like oldest son, so she's got 3 girls and 3 boys. And the 2 older girls have a crossword book that they do. So we were doing those. And the oldest son was kind of getting into it too. He's 4 and he knows his letters and he's already starting to learn how to spell and stuff, which is just wild to me. I don't remember how old I was when I was learning how to read, but I don't think I was that young. So I feel like her kids are advanced. But now that they have older siblings, it's like the older siblings are teaching the younger ones, you know? And so anyways, I ordered him a crossword book and I told him to hang on to it and that we would do it whenever I come for the beach. So I'm excited to do that with him. I just want to do I think this will be the last layer that I do on this palette sign, and then we'll let that dry as we finish up the stems here and put the flowers together, and then distress it a little bit before we put everything together. But I mean, we're already basically done here. Yeah, it's a lot, and especially when you're not their mom and like you're probably more used to it. I don't know how much you hang out with them, but God. And maybe it's just in my old age, y'all. I'm gonna be 41 here, I guess, next week. I feel like I'm ancient, though. I tell people, like, oh, as I get older, I'm more and more tired, but I'm not that old. In fact, I remember when my parents were in their 40s as I was growing up, and they were like, it was prime time for them, so I don't know what's wrong with me. So I'm going to use one of my little daubers. By the way, this is a distressing crayon if you haven't seen me use one of these before. They're really kind of cool. So I just colored a little bit. Like, I didn't color this all the way in. Okay, let me see if I can keep from breaking this. That's how I colored those. Okay, with the green distressing crayon. And then I'm going to just take my little dauber and spread that out, and it makes a really nice textured look. And I'm loving this green color for the stems. I think it's just perfect for a sunflower stem, but it turns out really neat. Let me see if I can show you up close. So I just smudged it around, and then it's so weird. It's like a crayon. And it rolls up. I don't know. These are cool. I saw them. One of my other friends was using one, and I thought it was neat. So, I don't know. They're cool. I have them on my Amazon list if you're interested in those. They're super cool. And then of course, I have all these different paint pens and stuff that I'm trying. Like, I see them on sale a lot of the time on Amazon because I'm a Prime member. And I'm in all of these different Amazon groups, and so whenever they start posting craft supplies and paint stuff and stuff like that, I get interested real fast because I'm always looking for something. And with as much as I paint stuff, I need cost effective and sales. So I'm pretty generally interested in buying anything that's on sale paint-wise. In fact, even at the thrift store, I was looking for not only surface type stuff, but also to see if they have paint brushes, stuff like that. But most of that stuff at the thrift store is basically new a lot of the time, y'all. So if you never go into thrift stores, highly recommend it because you can find things that are still new in the package, which is really neat. Easy for gifts for kids, like if you're a mom or grandma, you're sending your kid to a birthday party or something, you could check a thrift store and find like different kids games and things that are still new and still wrapped in the plastic, brand new, for a couple bucks. It's incredible to me, the amount of money that we spend on things that are brand new that it's really not necessary. When people are giving stuff away to the thrift stores like Goodwill and other places, and they're selling it for pennies. So check that stuff out, and always the Amazon sales, because you can find good deals on things, and you just never know. And to me, I mean, they have such easy returns at Amazon that it's worth it to me to try it, and then if I don't like it, I can easily return it. Yeah, it's really great. In fact, my friend Lindsay turned me on to like what she was doing for her kids. Like, she bought this toy box shelf full of toys, and I'm talking like it had to have been $600-700 worth of toys for her son's birthday from Facebook Marketplace for 20 bucks. Okay, that stuff kept those kids entertained literally the entire week I was there, the whole week, without a complaint. And it was all like pretty newish toys that the lady that she bought it from's kid had grown out of. I mean, what a steal. All right, so this is my walnut distressing ink. I'm just going to get a little bit of this, and I'm going to distress my sunflowers. Just because, you know, they're kind of not perfectly yellow, right? They're kind of different shades, and sometimes the leaves can be a little darker. They don't have to be pristinely yellow. So definitely want to use that. And then I'm going to do that on these too, and just, I love these little daubers. I'm almost to the end of the new ones that I have over there though, so I need to look and grab me a new set of them, I guess. It comes with like 20 or 30 of them in the package, so that's really nice. I try to keep the same, like this one was already used, so I just keep the same color on it and keep using it until I've pretty much worn it out, and then get rid of it. But I have one or two that I use for different colors, and then that way I'm not using a new one every single time. All right. There's that. And then I do want to distress these centers a little bit. And I'm going to actually use this walnut stain all on the middle. I'm not going to just go on the outside. Just to darken that up a little bit, because that brown is not dark enough. I mean, the centers of a sunflower are basically black. These are a little too pristine for me. Alright. And that walnut stain works really nice for that. The distressing ink, not stain, walnut distressing ink is a perfect brown. And I may or may not do this palette sign too. We'll see. But we'll go ahead and put the sunflowers together. So I'm going to pull all of this off of here. I think those turned out really nice. I like that green a lot. That I'll have to remember. The weird thing is the color. It's like a chartreuse on there. That's not the color of it though. So I do have to check them whenever I go to use one. I have to double check that it's green or yellow or whatever color I'm looking for, because they're definitely not true colors on the lids. And then these I need to dry, let them dry a little bit more. Maybe we'll dry them a little bit with the dryer. Okay. Get that put away. And then, so here's how these sunflowers work, okay? They all sit on the flower that's just a little bit bigger. So I want to find that. And then the other thing that I want to do, and then this one kind of sits down here, okay? It doesn't have a flower to sit on, the littler one, okay? So the thing about these is that they're kind of funny. Oh, look at that. I was able to put that one in exactly how it goes in. I was struggling so bad the other day trying to line these up with how they sit in the flowers, and then here I am on my live and it works perfect. So I'm gonna just, and I'm sure I'm gonna screw this up now that I've moved it around. So let me scoot that. Okay, so just a little bit of glue. That's probably way too much, but that's all right. And I'm gonna, yeah, so there. You just gotta turn it to find how it sits in there just right, because for whatever reason, I think these are perfect circles inside, but they don't seem to want to just drop in any old way, which is kind of aggravating, to be honest. I think, no. Yeah. That is my only complaint about this file, is that these centers are kind of funky. And you all can probably figure out a smarter way than just sitting here turning it like that, but that's how I'm gonna do it. I don't know. It's the best way I could find. Anyway, keyword is palette. You can grab this cutout for yourself. If you're looking for some fall decor, I think this is perfect for that. Or really, I mean, to me, sunflowers, I love sunflowers all the time. I don't know about you guys. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing with decor. That's probably a problem that I have, but I definitely don't really know what looks good. I just put things places and I assume it's fine. I don't know. Okay, and then for this one, I'm just going to glue it right onto the little leaf right there, and then boom, that just popped right in there, which is great. So there's my sunflowers. Those are pretty. Loving the distressing on that. Now, I need to get this completely dry because it's not quite there. Oh, dang. Yeah. I love this gel stain because it's water-based. It doesn't smell at all. It's not as great as like a regular stain though. That is the only thing. I mean, but you can, it's buildable, so that's fine too. Hi Amy, how are you? Welcome. All right, so now I want to just kind of place this and make sure that I have it the way that I really wanted it. And there we go. Like that. Okay, so that I know where these are going to go before I get moving here and screw this up. So I want to get that one glued down. I think I'm going to go ahead and get my sunflower set, and then we can put this top piece in. Okay, and that bottom part of the sunflower just lines right up. Now, I don't need glue to be all the way like on all of the flowers. Okay, so it's like half of these and then all of the center. So we're going to do all of this center one. Okay, and then we're going to go half on this one, and I think about there is good. And then flip it without getting glue all over myself. And get that set, okay? Now, see, I even set it a little bit differently than what my intention was, but that's totally fine. And then once that's done, then we can do this top piece, okay? A little bit of glue on the middle. And this project is done. I'm loving this too. Isn't it pretty? I really like the colors on this one. Look at that. It's the perfect fall sunflower. You could totally do these in more of a summery color if you wanted this for summertime. But I think this is literally year-round for me. Anyways, let me know what you think. Comment the word palette right in the comments here. And I love you all. I hope you have a great night. Thank you for joining me. Good night.